Hannah from Destined for Adventure here. I'm going to be sharing today 7 international border crossing tips for you. I have crossed the USA-Mexico border many times, as well as other borders in other parts of the world. These tips are going to be general, but I would say most particularly relate to my experience crossing the land border between US and Mexico and vice versa. So let's get started. First, if you need to cross the border, I would recommend researching what area is the safest place to do that at. So a group that I use when I'm researching this to enter Mexico or back to the US is called On the Road in Mexico. It's a Facebook group, and there people post literally every single day asking about specific border crossings and people's recent experiences, so you can get a feel for what is a good place to cross. You can also check US State Department recommendations, although they don't necessarily always provide specific border crossing tips. So that'll help you figure out where to cross. Second, be prepared to wait. Obviously, the best case scenario is you don't have to wait at the border and you just cross right away and everything goes smooth. But sometimes you will have to wait. You might have to wait 2 hours. You might have to wait 30 minutes or an hour. You might have to wait longer. You don't know. So go to the bathroom before you get ready to cross. Fill up your gas tank as much as you feel comfortable with, because it might be cheaper in one country or another, before you get ready to cross. Make sure you have snacks, hand sanitizer, just pre-prepared that you may have to wait for a while. Number 3, get there as early as you can. I personally try to cross as soon as the border opens, if that's at all possible for me. 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I've found that the people that are staffing the border crossings tend to be in a better mood, probably less stressed because there's not an enormous line with no end, and they've probably, starting their shift for the day, I would imagine. So if you get there early, that can be a benefit. Now, it depends where you're coming from and how far you had to drive to get there. That may or may not be possible for you, but when possible, I would recommend going that route. Number 4, I think this is just a great rule in general in life, but also when you're traveling, just be polite. People are doing their job. They're real people too. They have stress. They have stuff going on, and this crossing is a big deal for you, but for them, it's just an everyday part of the hustle, the work in life, the grind. So be polite, be friendly. Number 5. Bring cash. There might be tolls at border crossings. It might be in the currency of the country you're leaving. It might be in the currency of the country you're entering. It might be that they accept both. Bring cash. It's a good idea. Number 6, make sure you have all your documents organized. So documents to show anything related to your car, like your ownership, current registration, insurance, any of those type of documents to show that, everything is up to date, everything is paid, you are in fact the owner. That sort of situation will be really helpful. Of course, your personal documents, any documents that you might need for immigration, identification, and so on, any visas or anything like that. Make sure you have those ready, easily accessed, good to go. Any other documents you might need if you're bringing pets with you, or if you're bringing a prescription across the border, prescription medication, make sure you have that prescription with it. It might be that they don't ask for any of those things, but then again, they might, and you don't want to be scrambling. Have it ready. That's going to speed up your process. It's going to speed up everybody else's process, and that's going to also help the border agents to just, do their job effectively, efficiently, and be the least amount stressed as possible. And my most important tip, have your story straight with everybody in your vehicle from when you leave your house or wherever you're leaving to head toward the border. You might run into military checkpoints, police checkpoints. The border might not be the only place where you will be checked or you will be questioned. So make sure that your guys' story is consistent. We want to tell something that is honest, that is true, but we want to keep it as simple as possible. We don't need to go into a lot of details and provide additional side stories and things that might confuse the border agent or give them a reason to doubt our story. So just make sure that whatever you're saying is true. So for example, if you are not a resident of Mexico and you are a resident of the US, then maybe your story is that you were on vacation in Mexico or you are going on vacation in Mexico. Make sure you have thought about where are you going to be in that country? What are you going to be doing there? How long are you going to be there with? Or that wasn't a question. How long are you going to be there for? So make sure you have those questions ready to answer. If you are working online or you are employed or you have a certain financial situation, make sure you have that really well thought out and able to explain in a concise way. Because if they have any reason to doubt your story, any country might think that you might be trying to move there illegally. So you want to demonstrate that you have income coming in or savings or whatever outside of that country, that you are not moving there, you are not going to be a drain on their governmental system, like you are self-sufficient and you have already thought of that. So just make sure that you have that story ready in advance. That is going to help you out so much, whatever your particular story and situation is. Just make sure you and everybody in the vehicle knows it and sticks to it. Try to have one person answer the questions of anybody that might be questioning you as much as possible. I usually say to anybody in my vehicle, like, I will answer the questions unless they specifically ask you a question and would like you to respond. Then of course, speak up. But otherwise, in order to avoid everybody speaking at the same time and just having, that can be overwhelming and confusing, let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it straightforward. I think you will find that will be very helpful. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you have any other tips on border crossings, what you should do, how you should do it safely, how you should do it efficiently, drop those below. I would love to hear it. Thanks for watching, guys.